Hello, 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 hello. So I am doing a live. I'm going to try this thing again. Hasn't gone that well. My previous live, I didn't get any audience members. And I just kind of stumbled my way through. I've really been trying to perfect how I show up on YouTube. And so I'm probably going to try this a few times before I get it just right. But I'm going to try it again tonight because I want to take an opportunity here to congratulate our third Black woman to be a part of the U.S. Senate. Want to congratulate Laphonza Butler on her appointment to our um, Honorable Senator Dianne Feinstein um, in her passing. That seat that became available, Governor Newsom appointed a Black woman, and a Black woman that is not a politician in the sense of playing games. She is completely active in initiating change and protecting women's rights and standing up for the unions and doing things that really, really honor the unity that is required in order for us to build a strong country, a strong uh, presence of equality in how this nation runs. It cannot be about white men specifically. It cannot be about the few people who have money in this country. It has to be about the people that are on the ground doing the work every day. It has to be about equality. It has to be about racial equality. It has to be about the ability for us to send our children to school safely. It has to be about women's productive rights, women having ownership over their own bodies. No white man in a room with closed doors deciding what we can do with our bodies. It's time to change. And I think what we see happening today, especially in politics and those people who play those political games, those are games, um, really crumbling because it's not built on truth. So I'm going to play a video that's going to share Laphonza Butler in her own words, and then we'll go from there. And I think we're going to be able to hear this correctly.
We've got to build the power necessary to make sure that every Republican and radical right-wing conservative who wants to stand in the way of a woman's right to choose an abortion is voted out. What it's going to take is us doing what our ancestors have guided us to do for decades. What Coretta Scott King told us we needed to do to win our freedom. She said that we had to earn it and win it with every generation. Is this generation of Washington ready to earn it and win it for the next? If we are Washington, if we are, we know that right now is our time. It's our turn to build power. like we've never built power before, connecting the abortion rights movement with the labor movement, with the climate movement, with the Black Lives Matters movement, with the Native American protection movement. We've got to build the power not just to win in this election cycle, but we've got to build the power necessary to turn the freedoms that our young daughters deserve over to them in their generation. We've got to build the power necessary to make sure that every Republican and radical right-wing conservative who wants to stand in the way of a woman's right to choose an abortion is voted out.
All right, y'all. And that is Senator Laphonza Butler in her own words. How amazing is that? That we get to witness the appointment of a Black woman that is not playing political games. She didn't run. She didn't get out there and try to sell herself as someone she's not. Governor Newsom in California appointed her because of her strength and integrity in the work that she does. And that's who we need representing us in Washington. As much as I want to always honor our elders, our ancestors, for all of their work, sometimes our elders don't know when to allow younger people to lead. And in this case, our Congresswoman, Barbara Lee, at 77 years old, and has been serving in this role since 1998, I believe, really wanted this appointment into Dianne Feinstein's seat. And it's just time for younger leadership. It's time to stop playing political games. If Congresswoman Barbara Lee, who's been doing this since 1998, and so we're at 25 years of her serving as a congresswoman representing the Bay Area or the East Bay, Oakland, in California. If her work is not done yet, if she has not raised up future leaders in order to start allowing them to take the stage to lead, that is not a job well done. We cannot allow our leadership in Washington to just grow old in these positions. They need to be raising up future leaders and then allowing the younger people to lead. So I applaud Congresswoman Lee for all of the work. I thank her, I honor her. But Laphonza Butler is the exact right choice. And I want to thank Governor Newsom out of California for doing the right thing. He did the right thing. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think. I know that there are people that are losing their minds about this appointment. They're trying to say that Laphonza Butler is not registered to vote in California. Well, that's an easy fix. She can register to vote in California and establish residency here. I think she was living in DC, where her work has her on the ground. She is currently the president of Emily's List. And Emily's List is an organization that works to elect women in leadership roles within our governing system. So a lot of, I think, just almost disbelief that Governor Newsom had the audacity to do this, but he did the exact right thing. He promised to appoint a Black woman to this seat, and I think he made an amazing selection. And I cannot wait to see what all our newest Black woman senator, Laphonza Butler, accomplishes, not just in this position and in this role, but throughout the rest of her career. And I say yes to women's rights. I say yes to women having ownership over their bodies. I say yes to unionize workers that are strong and are making a difference in ensuring that people have a livable wage as our rents continue to increase, as gas prices continue to increase, as continues to increase, as healthcare continue to increase. We need to make sure that we're raising the wages that people are on the ground making, our workers. And that's what this country is built upon, not those people behind the closed doors that are deciding what we get when they want to give it to us. Of course, the minimum wage has not been raised since 2009. It is time for a completely across the country national raise on the minimum wage. It needs to be somewhere near $20 for people not to have to struggle to choose between food and housing. And no one should have to worry about healthcare in this country. So those are my political views. I'm very, very respectful of others people's views. If you want to share your views, please do it with respect. And for those who have no respect, don't comment. I don't want to talk about the current legal problems of the previous president. I don't want to talk about that foolishness. I'm going to continue to watch it play out like the rest of the country, knowing that justice should be served. It has been served on many other people without that level of notoriety and accessibility to legal representation and all of that. So let's just see how this plays out. But what we have to do is exactly what Laphonza Butler said, and that is build power. And we strategize and we elect people and put people in office that represent our values and the values that we want for our children and our children's children. We're building a better tomorrow. Blessings and miracles, everybody. Thank you for listening. I am going to sign off, and I think I'll leave this live stream up and see what it does. And hopefully you'll be able to join me in the future. If you're watching now or watching later, I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that if I go live again, you'll be able to join the conversation. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have a great night.